Hi, kids.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, there's Martin. Uh, First of all, wow, what a beautifully filmed series this is, and congratulations to both of you on these iconically great parts. I'm going to start with Michael. Michael, I mean, taking on the role of King David has got to be huge for you because it's a big responsibility, I would think.
Yeah, it's a battle. I feel like as an actor, I have to have some sort of responsibility, but I think the only way to get through something like this is just through trust and through faith and through complete surrender.
And everything that you needed was on the script, or did did it go through a bunch of rewrites?
I think what was really special about the scripts is John Irwin tells the story really well, but I'll tell it for you. When he wrote the scripts, he sent them to Amazon, and they were like, "These scripts are really, really good." And he said, "Yeah, you guys, it's based off a bestseller." So,
Oh,
and
well,
thank you, John, for that joke.
Shouldn't said that last
Yeah.
bit.
well, there you go. And Martin taking on the role of Goliath. Number one, he's always, I think, been portrayed as as kind of a mindless, hulking kind of
That's
guy. But
that's why I got the role.
yeah, I know, no, but you've made him almost endearing in a few ways. I mean, he's not as evil as all that, but he's doing his job.
I think for me, that's what was so the opportunity to create that character and the opportunity to try and humanize Goliath was incredible and also brave in some respects because it's very easy to demonize Goliath. It's very easy to just take the short road. It's not as easy to ask questions and put yourself into the position that Goliath was in. And I think that for me was what made it so interesting. And that was the very, very first conversation we had with the three Johns was Goliath will be seen in a different light. Are you ready for the opportunity? And do you want this? And it was so exciting because I think when you get the opportunity to ask the audience questions that they may have never asked themselves before, and it makes people think, and ultimately it's done with great intentions to show people that there's good in evil and there's evil in good.
Yeah, and I think you did such a smashing job at portraying that and giving us that character. Michael, was there a lot of training involved? I mean, knowing how to use, a sling and all of that. Was it intensive?
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's so many aspects of training of all kinds of avenues for portraying King David. He was a poet, warrior, king, and so part of that was learning the lyre, and part of that was learning the sling. And thankfully, I had kind of a similar experience in my history. I did shot put and discus in high school, and when we were working on the sling, I found that it translated very well. But one of the problems that arose was as I was training for the sling, I would go to the beach and I would just sling rocks all day. I think I tore my shoulder,
Oh,
and I think it took about 2, 3 months to recover from that. And I remember it finally came the day where we had to film David and Goliath, the sling moment, and I had re-injured my shoulder the night before, and so they had set up 6, 7 different cameras to if we had one take, that was going to be the take. And so I warm up my shoulders and I run, do the sling, and I land, and they hear cut. And they go, Michael, are you okay? And I said, I'm fine. Let's do it again. We ended up doing like 9 different times, and my
wow.
shoulder was completely healed. Yeah.
It was great for Michael. It was terrible for me because I kept having to dodge all these stones.
I was aiming right for him too.
Wow. Martin, talk to me a little bit about the physicality of Goliath too. I know you're a bodybuilder, you've trained people, you've spent a whole life, doing that. Was there a special diet you had to take on for this role?
Yeah, absolutely. It was called the seafood diet. So you'd seafood
And
and
you
eat it. For myself, it was so easy, and I think the fact that I live and breathe this lifestyle, so it wasn't anything that was out of the ordinary. It wasn't difficult. I think both myself and Michael were chosen because the directors and producers saw so much of the characters within, the individuals, and when you nail the correct casting, it becomes so natural and so easy to bring it to life. And I think the physical aspect of that for myself was obviously a selling point of the character, and what ultimately helped land me the role.
Martin, my old friend David Prowse, I don't know if you know, but he told me that if you have a choice to play the good guy or the bad guy, take the bad guy. Is that true?
I just say yes. I really enjoy playing the bad guy. I've got to be honest, and I think I'll tell you why. And this is something I go through in life. People will always judge you by the external, and people will always judge the bad guy to be ultimately bad. And I think if you can win the audience over being the bad guy and have them feel some empathy and compassion, you've done an incredible job. And that's a hard task, but ultimately it makes for a great ending. Then you've got two individuals, and you're half cheering for the one, and you should be cheering for the other. It makes a phenomenal end.
Michael, in our final moments, what do you think audiences will take away from watching The House of David?
Oh, I think ultimately there's so many themes to the story, and because it's a series, every single episode kind of has an overarching theme. But for me, one of those main themes is of strength and courage, of overcoming fear. And I think all of us have these giants in our lives that we're constantly facing, whether they are physical, whether they are emotional. And I hope the story brings this inspiration and courage and the spirit to the people watching the show. Ultimately, I have no control over how people feel, but I trust that for me and my faith, I trust that God will do the work.
Martin, you have the absolute final word. What do you think audiences will take away?
I think this is a show that's going to capture so many people with excitement, with enjoyment, with energies that they can resonate within their own life. And fingers crossed for me, it allows people to ask questions and to judge people slowly and to really understand situations.
Thank you both for your time. What a great series, and again, congratulations on your roles. You guys are terrific.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much.